to call Jersey Central? Join the conversation online and be a part of WCTC's real-time talk. Like 1450 WCTC on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at 1450 WCTC. Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
Think we could listen to the radio or something?
On the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It is 7:08. Welcome to hour number 2 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. Inside the Ford's Jewelers studios today, and great to have you along with us. 732-545-9282 is our number. We got fair skies, 40 degrees, going to get to the mid-60s today. Very nice day coming up, and we got our contest still to get to as well. For the family 4-pack of tickets, American Repertory Ballet and their production of The Nutcracker, which will be at the Patriots Theater in Trenton, Saturday, December 3rd at 4 p.m. Your chance to win is coming up. Well, whether it's off to Grandma's house, with the river through the woods, or for Thanksgiving Day or New Year's, or maybe you're going to be leaving town for that, nearly 150 million Americans will travel 50 miles or more for the Thanksgiving and December holidays. With that many people on the go, it's very important that families plan in advance for a safe and healthy journey. And joining me now on the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline, an advanced practice registered nurse and also a vice president at CVS Health. She is Angela Patterson, here to share some tips about staying healthy over the holiday season. Angela, good morning. It's Bert Barron. How are you?
Good morning, Bert. Well, thank you.
Good to speak with you. And, traveling out of town, the last thing you want to have happen is somebody gets under the weather or gets seriously ill. You would hate to have that happen. What are some things you would recommend to help us stay healthy as we travel over the course of the holiday season?
Sure. Well, the holidays tend to be a time when we stray from our normal patterns. We often sleep less when traveling and may switch time zones. We indulge in food and drink. We often don't stick to our exercise routines, and certainly sometimes larger family environments can cause excitement and stress. So first and foremost, I think it's an opportunity to bond with family members in activities that help keep you on track with regards to your health and staying healthy, such as taking a morning bike ride or walk after dinner, or joining a relative at their gym or yoga class, and if the kids or even the adults are going to be up late, trying to build in rest time during the day are all important measures in maintaining our health and keeping us on track.
And a lot of people are going to be traveling, Angela, by car. We saw the statistics, and I talked about, especially in Jersey, there's going to be a lot of people going to be hitting the roads over the course of Thanksgiving and the holidays. Car sickness is the absolute worst. Is there anything that you can do for kids or for adults to prevent car sickness or motion sickness?
Yes, absolutely. There are some simple measures that you can take to prevent motion sickness. First, stick to very light meals before traveling and avoid greasy and fatty foods. Try to sit in areas that move the least, such as the front of a train, over the wings of a plane, at the center of a ship if you're on a cruise, at the waterline. And in the car, children often are restricted to the back seat, but there are some things you can do, including making sure that they can see the road over or between seats. And if they're prone to car sickness, don't let them read or watch movies, as that can worsen that. If they start to get queasy, have them recline as much as possible and close their eyes. Fresh air is a tremendous help. And eliminate smells in the car. The other thing is always have some dry crackers and ginger ale on hand to help settle their stomachs. There are also medications that can be effective. For children between the ages of 2 and 12 years, Dramamine or Benadryl is recommended 1 hour before travel and every 6 hours during the trip. And it's available in pediatric, liquid, and chewable forms. For those over age 12 years, over-the-counter Bonine pills are an option as well and can help to relieve nausea and vomiting associated with car sickness. And for adults, there are prescription-strength patches that are worn behind the ear 4 hours prior to travel, and we can prescribe them at any of our Minute Clinic locations inside select CVS pharmacies.
That's M-I-N-D.
So if you're going to pack a DVD to go on a road trip, Blair Witch, don't bring that one, right?
Alzheimer's.
Don't bring
Probably
that.
not the best idea.
I didn't think so, right? How about if someone is going to maybe leave the country? They still recommend that depending upon where you're going, maybe you receive some sort of special vaccinations. Is that something that still people should do if they're going to be leaving the U.S. for the holidays?
Yes, absolutely. And cruises and trips abroad are very common during the holidays and winter months. I encourage everyone to have a pre-travel assessment before you go to places like the Caribbean, South America, Africa, Asia. You can visit your primary care provider, or we offer pre-travel counseling at MinuteClinic. You'll get vaccinations you need based on the Center for Disease Control and Prevention guidelines, and we also provide some important health recommendations specific to the country you are visiting. A couple of things to note. When traveling to non-industrialized nations, it is recommended, which includes much of the tropics, it's recommended that you protect yourself, as water and food contamination is always a risk. Typhoid fever and hepatitis A are the biggest health issues caused by contamination, and you can significantly reduce your risk by being vaccinated well in advance of your trip. Traveler's diarrhea is also very common and can lead to dehydration, which can really ruin your trip. So for many patients, having a prescription for an antibiotic specific to treat traveler's diarrhea is good to have on hand. And regardless of these measures, always use bottled water, even when brushing your teeth, and avoid uncooked fruit and vegetables, seafood, and meat. And remember that the most common way for bacteria to spread is through poor hygiene practices. So travelers must be aware and protect themselves when traveling abroad.
Yeah, good information. I had my flu shot about a month ago or so, Angela, so I feel good about that. But it never fails. Sometime between now and March or April, I'll get one of these colds that will just knock me on my you-know-what. How do I get over a cold faster? And what are some things that people can do? Because when I get sick, I turn into a big baby, Angela, like a lot of guys seem like they do. How do we get over our colds faster if we happen to get a cold over the course of the winter?
Yeah, unfortunately, you're more likely to become ill when you travel and over the holiday seasons, and germs can easily spread, particularly when you're around others in confined spaces like cars and airplanes and transit stations. And because we tend to get less rest and exercise and eat outside our norm, we are certainly more susceptible. I'm so glad to hear that you got your flu shot, as that is such an important intervention in helping to prevent influenza infection, or certainly should you become sick, have a much milder course with a flu infection. But it's always important that we all remember and practice basic important hygiene rules, like coughing or sneezing into a tissue or into your sleeve to avoid spreading it to others, especially around the holidays, and washing your hands frequently, especially if you're helping with meal preparation. Apart from that, getting plenty of rest and good nutrition and hydration are just important parts of healing.
All right, good information. So now I'm ready to travel for the holiday season and stay healthy. Website, or where can someone go, Angela, to get some more information about what we discussed? Yeah, she left too. Okay. All right. Well, that's Angela Patterson. Good to have her on WCTC this morning. And